it's like going to a bad car salesman. That's like a huge thing. And somebody's just like, hey, like, this car is a really good deal. Like, you're not gonna get this deal in any other lot. Meanwhile, the car's been through 2 wrecks. The car breaks down. Give it 6 months. You're gonna be having to do work on it. And actually, they are ripping you off. Hi. Welcome to Deeply Taboo. I think this message today is kind of going to be an extended of one that I just posted on my TikTok, my first video there. So that's cool. But I'm kind of getting that reading was a little bit about sticking to your guns, trusting yourself, going by your own internal metric, and that's kind of what will naturally bring you happiness. So I will pull some cards. I pulled like some, I guess, like beforehand cards for my own clarity on this, and that's kind of what told me we were going to delve a little bit deeper into that topic or something like adjacent. Okay. So this is interesting. First card. They were jumping over there, like that too. So I guess first of all, what I'm kind of seeing, like deeper into that topic, maybe the reason why it's like a struggle in the first place or why it's having to come up is because somebody may be, I want to say somebody may have been humbled, and not in like a, I feel like there's a little bit of a negative connotation with that, but I'm taking it as somebody may have been like, this is a dramatic example, but somebody who was like poor before, got rich, lost it all, they're starting back at poor. Maybe somebody who like got into a long-term relationship, somebody built something up and then fell out of that. Somebody had a job, lost it, something like that. And so I think that's kind of why somebody right now is susceptible to people kind of whispering in their ear and telling them what their idea of success is or what they need to do to get to where they want to go. But I'm seeing it's kind of like you, like, and that's what came up in that reading as well, is like you already know what you want. You already know like what's for you. And so what somebody else may be selling you is definitely like a fantasy. Okay, this card fell too. Give me 1 second. Yeah, somebody is like selling you a fantasy. Sorry. Okay. There's like the saying that's coming to mind is kind of like, if something is too good to be true, and it probably isn't true. Like, you know, it's too good to be true. Most definitely. Like somebody, if somebody kind of doesn't get their emotions under control with this, they will end up being sold a dream and then losing that as well. Or I could also be saying that maybe that's what got you to this place of being humble again. Like somebody has sold you a dream and it worked out for a little while, and then all of it got rewritten back to square one. And it's kind of like, I see that there's like a need to be mindful of that. Like there's a need to be mindful of like repeating that pattern. And kind of like examine what is even making that appealing to you. I could see that maybe there's a little bit of like codependency on other people, and kind of like maybe trusting other people's word over your own, simply because it means that it like will strengthen your bond with them. Like showing somebody that you're listening to them or that they're important to you, it will make sure that y'all's relationship is good. Meanwhile, it's at the downfall or like of whatever they're giving you advice on, really. It's at like the cost of your own happiness, really. it's like, and this is like interesting because what I was seeing really in my head is a guy maybe doing this, but the word pick me is coming to mind. So it's kind of like somebody, I'm just gonna describe pick me and then try to translate it over to this, but it's something along the energy of like, a girl hears a guy say, "Ooh, I love blondes," and this girl like is bleached her hair to death before she's finally back to her natural color. Her hair is like healthy, and she hears that and she's like, "Oh my gosh, she likes blondes. I have to go and dye my hair." And it's like, okay, but your hair was finally growing, it was finally healthy, it was pretty, you liked it, but for somebody else's validation and to get on better terms with them, you're kind of like, okay, like, I don't care about myself, pick me. Like, that's the energy. But it's like translating over to like, I guess maybe what a guy doing this, they could definitely do that in the exact same way with something physical. But more so what I'm seeing is somebody is kind of being like, I don't think you should do that. I don't think that's going to be a good career for you. I don't think that's going to blah, 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 blah. And it's bolstering a reputation, or like what they're trying to sell you or what they're trying to tell you is ego based, but you are kind of ignoring your own feelings about the matter and kind of just being like, I'm gonna do this because it will give me their approval. Yeah, and I can definitely see it's like your own path will give you actual substantial happiness, actual substantial like financial gain, actual like stability. It will give you like more than stability, like what you want. And like if you trusted yourself, it will put you on a path to where you're good, you know what I'm saying? Not just like living above the poverty line, but living at like, I won't say like anything unhealthy like the 1%, but it's like where your passion, your true passion would take you. It will take you to where you're above average for sure. You can go on international trips. You can take your family if you want to. You can, buy the things that you want on top of taking care of basics. Oh yeah, that's the first card that actually wanted to come out, which was kind of like coloring the tone, but I put it back in the deck. But it came out again, so it's telling me that it's really, I got the 7 of Coins. It's telling me that it's very significant. You're letting I'm getting the image of like, people make this joke where it's kind of like a middle school boy will get in a relationship and have their heart broken, and then after that they're like, I'm cold-hearted. I'm never gonna trust another girl with my heart ever again. And it's like, to be honest with you, this is just my personal view, and then I feel like it's something similar along this principal line that's popping up. But to be honest with you, you weren't in a good place. Like you were a literal kid. And translate this to whatever it is. Maybe you like didn't have enough money and you invested in something. Maybe you didn't have a way to get to work every day, or like it wasn't a sustainable choice for you, but you still chose it. And it's like you're living above your means. You were going to lose that thing. And it's like, you can take that and you can learn, okay, now I need to live within my means. I need to learn how to budget. I need to learn, like, I can't date people unless I have extra money left over. I can't date people unless I have the time to. I can't take a job unless I know they're going to pay me enough to cover my transmute and my my basic needs. Like, it's something kind of like that, where like it was kind of inevitable that something didn't work out. And I think you may have just had like a happy-go-lucky demeanor, and like I think I'm seeing that you kind of had wishful thinking about this. Whatever it was, it fell through, and now you're letting somebody else give you their wishful thinking. And I guess like I think part of what I would like say about this advice is, or like what I would say the advice for this is kind of like, this is something I like take to heart. Like I tell myself this, it's very much, I do not take advice from somebody who doesn't live a life that I admire. I'm not saying they have to be perfect, but it's kind of like, and it can be very specific things also. So there will be people who, let's say, like, this is just kind of like a shallow explanation, but there will be people who, like, I love their makeup, I love their look, I love their aesthetic, but I don't like maybe their personality. I don't like some of the ideas they have, or like maybe they're not all there intellectually. I am not gonna go to that person when I have like an intellectual problem, or I need to, I don't know, get my finances in order or something like that. It's like, I'm not gonna go to that person for that advice. Now I'm going out tonight and I need you to tell me what outfit looks best. I love their style, I trust them, I know they're like a good-hearted person. Yeah, I trust them with that. Like, tell me what you think. Oh, like you say this makeup doesn't look good on me, or this blush will look better. I trust you. Okay. It's like you're going to somebody who is out of their depth and they haven't done it themselves. So all they can do is give you their own wishful thinking and hopefully live vicariously through you. But it's like, whenever you fall, or whenever this turns out not to be the correct idea, you're the one who has to bear those repercussions. You're the one that now is like, dang, like I could have been investing this time into something I really wanted to, or I could have, you know, like gone with my own idea if this was gonna fail too. And I think somebody is kind of being told like to stop while they're ahead. Most definitely, to stop while they're ahead. Like, if something is not favorable, if something is like, it doesn't seem like it's going to work in your, like the way you want it to, but somebody else is just like, no, I'm telling you, dude, you should do this. This is what you would be sacrificing something, and you would be the one to feel it, not that person who's trying to live vicariously through you. Yeah, I feel like there's just like you may just need to, because I think a part of something in this, you may not want to be accountable. You may not want to like stand 10 toes down in your own decision. And that's part of why you're kind of letting other people run your, I won't say it's to the extent that other people are running your life, but I think it's why you're being susceptible to whispers here and there, and why you're kind of like, oh, is this what I should do, even though like you know that it's not. I think part of that is simply because you don't want to face up to the fact that you made a wrong decision in the past and it had a messed up outcome. I'm not sure why you don't want to. I mean, I can say it's hard. It's hard to make mistakes. It's hard to know that like you're the reason something didn't work out. Yes. But I think you're just not being honest with yourself about like why you made that decision, why that happened. And I think that and this could be maybe somebody as well, like if you're really struggling with this and this isn't your forte, logical thinking, like giving it to yourself straight, holding yourself accountable, maybe find somebody, because I'm seeing that may be an option for you here. Like find somebody who can kind of just give you things from an unbiased perspective. But if you can't, I'm seeing that you need to find a way to do that for yourself. You need to find a way to kind of like zoom out, look at the big picture, maybe like pray for guidance. I can definitely see that here. But it's kind of like you need to put yourself in an accurate scope, because right now your view of yourself is skewed. And it's because it's probably because you're in pain, and that's valid. But yeah, I'm not sure if I can even show that. I'm gonna have to oh man, I'm not sure if I can show that. I might have to edit that out. Okay, anyways, I got the devil, and that coming out over the coins here, it's just giving me, and I mean, if I can describe the card if I don't edit that out, or maybe you did see it, but it kind of just looks like somebody wants to be served something on a platter. They want to be sold a dream. Like, I feel like that's just wrapping back around. And it's kind of like they don't understand that it's like somebody has like a hidden vice here, almost, maybe. It may be more of like a mental thing. Like maybe like I think that's fine to say. But like I used to, like certain people, I used to call them attention whores. And so that may be like what somebody is struggling with. Like they just really want attention. They just really want validation. They just really want, and that can show up in a bunch of different ways. And that's why I say attention whore. It's not like you have to be giving your body to people, but it's like there's something that you're exchanging. It can be a little bit of dignity. It can be time. It can be boundaries. But you are getting attention, validation, social rewards from like selling. I don't want to say selling. That's not the right word. But it's like you might literally be like giving your voice over to other people. Yeah, like there's something about yourself that you are like handing to other people, and you're letting them kind of like dictate it. And they're not going to tell you that because they're getting something from it. Like this is showing up definitely as an unfair exchange. But it's like somebody like, it's like going to a bad car salesman. That's like a huge thing. And somebody's just like, hey, like, this car is a really good deal. Like, you're not going to get this deal in any other lot. Meanwhile, the car's been through 2 wrecks. The car breaks down. Give it 6 months. You're going to be having to do work on it. And actually, they are ripping you off. Like, they're not going to tell you that because they want your money. But I'm seeing that there really does need to be, like, that same wishful thinking that maybe got you into your first situation, or maybe like what kind of bred this insecurity a little bit in the first place. It just needs to be re-examined. Like you just need to write down like, oh yeah, like I did get into that relationship and I did have these unhealthy things. Or it's like, oh yeah, I did take this job and it wasn't exactly like this, and tweak it a little and, you know, try again. But don't let somebody like shift your focus and take you away from what you really want to be doing. Okay. Yeah, like you really have to take a stand, and you really have to say like, no, this is what makes me happy. Maybe I won't be able to have that same validation that I usually get. Maybe people will look at me a little weird, but at the end of the day, when I go home to sleep, it's restful. When I wake up, I have peace of mind. I'm happy. And don't get me wrong, it may be a little bit scary to do this, and it may take a little bit of time. But what I'm seeing is like it'll come much faster, and it'll be much easier than maybe you think it will. And it might be something along the lines of like, is once you get into it, once you start practicing it, the time will kind of fly by. And it's also something I'm just getting about the fact that like you already have a foundation in this. You're not truly starting over from square one. Like you already have practiced some things. You have things that like, and maybe you're not looking at that, but like you have skills that you've mastered from this failed attempt. You have things that you're clearly already good at. And now it's just like, okay, let's add that in this. And that's what's going to get you to where you want to go. Yeah, not like starting over in a completely different arena or field or nothing like that. I don't know why. It's like somebody just like doesn't like the idea of taking over. Maybe like somebody doesn't like the idea of like being in a leadership role specifically. But like when it comes to your life, and I'm not saying you can't have partnerships, but when it comes to your life, to have like reciprocal healthy partnerships, you have to know your own place in it. You have to know what you give, what you offer, what you put to the table. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about in like a toxic way or like you having to like overcompensate and have all of these physical identifiers or like physical like proof. Like, yeah, like this is coming to mind. Yeah, like I know my stuff because I have my undergraduates and I have my masters and I have my this, and there are plenty of people who have degrees who are I don't mean it's like, you know, but like there are plenty of people who have physical proof of I did this thing, I went through this course, hairdressers, and you go sit in a chair and they chop your shit up. So it's like you don't have to stress on what other people are making you feel like you need or what other people are like maybe like looking for. You kind of just have to show up and let the proof be in the pudding and kind of like, I know I'm good at this. I know I have the knowledge. I'm finna try it out. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Let me see if there's anything else here. Bro, my car fell so far. Yeah, there's like you have to kind of trust that you have your own method to the madness and that you kind of have your own way of doing stuff and that is good enough. It's tried and true. You've tried and you know exactly where the pitfalls are, and you know it's like not something like it's practice. You're practice at this. You can have faith in that. You can have faith in the fact that like you've done this before, even if you're having to start from like a disadvantaged point again, even if you're having to like you're the person rooting for yourself and nobody else sees the vision. You have to trust that like you know what you're doing, that you can see yourself clearly. And so that really is important for this group. Like you need to make sure that you find a very unbiased way to evaluate kind of whatever it is you're struggling with choosing for yourself. Yeah. Okay. And I think I'm gonna pull an oracle card. Yeah, I really will say, like, there's like the possibility for whoever I'm speaking to have a little bit of like a pitfall or regression, but like I feel like you kind of just need to have faith and see it through whatever it is that you're really feeling called to. Because it'll lead to a very beautiful energy. Okay. And then I love reading the cards out of this book, my animal spirit guidebook. I have like I got the hyena. So humor, wit, sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser, but below the surface they are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. Okay. Yeah, that put this in a whole new lens for me actually as well. So maybe I did say that somebody may have a vice, like a hidden vice here. But that may be the thing that's actually distracting you from doing what you want to do. So just be aware of that. I'm not telling anybody quit anything cold turkey. But like, be very mindful, make strides, and know that that is affecting you. Whatever vice you may have, it's affecting you. Whether that can be with money, can be with food, it can be with drugs, alcohol. Just be careful. And be careful of people around you who encourage that based off of the look that it gives you or your group. Be mindful of the money that you're spending on that vice. Yeah. And it's like, that's truly what it is. I think that's very much why somebody is struggling with being clear-headed as well. Find somebody who is clear-headed to help you. Find some sort of support system outside of maybe your immediate surroundings, or literally just outside of maybe the people that you know and able that have it in you, and process stuff in that space. That is a safer space for you right now. That is a space that will make sure you're not in a wishful thinking mode and that you're actually building on solid ground. All right. Yeah. That was a very sober tone to the end of that. But I think that this is a very beautiful reading. Somebody is definitely getting an opportunity to chase a dream, to chase a goal, to go somewhere new, fun, exciting, and also something that's like simply is going to make you happy. Whoever I'm speaking to, this is something that has a real chance. Like, it has a lot of potential to be great. So try and think clearly about that. Try and think clearly whenever you're making your decisions so you can chase that. Bye.